So there's like 4 NPCs, right? And if you find one, you get close to the next
Hello,
one.
Kitty. Sorry, I said for the sake of the stream, I would TP you together so that... Are you in group yet? Oh, you are now. Good. Alright. So, and I figured that for the sake of the stream, it was more interesting if you could get together, you have a vehicle, and now you can get going and start adventuring. Just watch out, because some of the zombies, you've already found out, I think, Kitty, some of the zombies are very hard. A lot of the player base have asked for zombies, like especially some of the megas, but also normal zombies that are much harder than normal ones. Some of them have self-heals and shit, and so you'll find out some of them you have to be a bit careful, and if you need to run away instead of try to fight them if you don't have good gear. And the weather is very heavy. As soon as you get out of certain areas, as soon as you hear it's not so bad, it's just the visibility is fucked up here. But as soon as you get out of into certain areas, you'll find that the cold starts affecting you really heavily. And then you need to think Yukon style, you need to think campfires, you need to think lots of clothing. Oh, it's clearing up a little bit. Nice.
Wait,
and then when you get up in the cold areas, just make some campfires and, you know, use your brains and you'll be alright.
Okay. Well, good to know.
I'll come with you for a little while. I'm not gonna use my powers. I'm not gonna abuse my powers. Helping you too much. I gave you a car and a couple of backpacks and some things, but that's just, you only get that once because you're starting the server, so I don't do that all the time. You can't just ask for more backpacks and more cars. I won't give it to you.
Are there like kits or stuff like that you can use?
I give everyone a fair chance. The map and the server config are quite hard, so I give everyone a fair chance. I give them a little bit of starting help, you know. But then they have to manage on their own, and if it's too much, it's too much.
Are you gonna add like kits or stuff like that in the future?
Yeah, I have the kit set up. If you type /P, you can see your permissions. I have the kit set up. I'm just not finished with the permissions coding yet, so it doesn't work for you guys yet. It works for me, but I haven't done the permissions yet. You have permission to the kit, but I don't have the Dart file set up so you can actually receive it yet. But I'm working on it. Don't get stuck in the city here. Don't get trapped. That's a mutating mega. Get away. Escape. He's gonna blow the car up with boulders. Like, just make it through the city without without getting trapped, without getting stuck and stuff. You want me to drive?
Well, we almost died.
I'm only saying about driving because I know where to go. I know the problems the city you see the police station down there? That's where one of the NPCs is, the traders, and there is also a quest. You can just walk down there. What's that? You can just somebody shooting. I also think like somebody was shooting at
oh my god. But look at those zombies.
Yeah, some of the zombies are mutating.
What the?
Right, keep the governor. Talk to this guy and then read this note on the table. Okay? And you're safe in here. You can always come in this place and the zombies don't come in here. You're safe in here. You can say it's almost like a safe zone, except it's PvP, so it's not, but...
Oh, is the server gonna be like a roleplay server, or is just like...
Yeah, that's why it says semi-RP, because once the storyline gets added, enough of it, we'll turn it into RP, because then the players, it's really fun. The storyline quest is really fun, and it sends you all over the map and into all kinds of situations. It's really fun. So we're gonna add lots of RP. Once we get to like 0.93 or something, then we'll turn it to full RP. But for now, we're calling it semi-RP because there's already enough stuff. You can already find enough of the storyline to... you can already find enough of the storyline to you know, it's fucking epic. It's a really epic story. Like, if you read that note, you can maybe start to gather what things are about, you know, and once you get exploring and you start going to places, more of it will hang together and you'll see. Like, it's really exciting, the storyline. I'm really looking forward... Stop that shit! I'm really looking forward to finishing to releasing like 1.0. It's going to be really good. I'll tell you, some really amazing things you've never seen before in the game.
Nice.
We have Mordecai and Spyjack and Storm Eagle and Uncle Lime, and we have like the most amazing people working, people like Steve Koenig. We have the most amazing people working on the next couple of updates. You're going to see some incredible stuff on this map. And then when I'm done with this map, then I'm also trying to update some of my other maps as well, like Chernarus LN.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, Rick.
That's unfortunate. That wasn't supposed to happen. Try and one tap somebody now.
Well, it's it's vanilla to the extent that it's based on survival the way Nelson kind of intended it. Like, it's quite hard. You know, there's a lot of zombies and many of them are, if you go to the wrong places, are very hard, and you're gonna die a lot on this map. And if the zombies don't kill you, the animals, there's a lot of animals on the map, the animals or the weather will do it instead. And so we're trying to keep to Nelson's original 3.0 survival principle and make it hard. Interesting but hard, you know, so take your time. That's my suggestion, take your time. You can easily gear up. If you even just this city alone, if you farm this city enough and don't die, put your bedrolls, have you put your bedrolls down? I bet you didn't even put your bedrolls down, did you? Fucking hell, noobs! Oh my god, how are they they're gonna die, help them!
Listen, I played enough to survive on my own.
Now put your bedrolls down in some clever place, like, for example, up in the second floor of the police station where you know the zombies don't go, for example.
I have a better idea.
Well, somewhere, just put them down so that when you respawn, you don't respawn out in Timbuktu, you know, out on the edge of the map.
I am safe up here.
Don't put them down here. This is full of zombie spawns here. If you put them down here, you have to put them somewhere where the zombies won't spawn. Like,
I broke my leg.
it'll fix in time. It'll heal in time. Just take your time and use crouch and prone, for fuck's sake. You play like noobs. This is the main headquarters the military set up in an old office building after the outbreak in Ural, which is this city. This is the main one. There's like 3 or 4. This is the biggest one. You have to get upstairs a level or 2 or 3 to find some of the best stuff. But they can spawn some horrible megas here, like really hard megas. And if they're mutating, the map has a special feature. A lot of the zombies are mutating and they're changing from just being undead into being like hyper versions of the undead. And so a lot of them are much harder. You'll see, like, the ones that have horns and eyes growing out of them, they're much harder to kill, and they see you from further away and things like that. So we're adding a lot of really special stuff to this map that you're not used to. So take your time and don't die. Is my advice. Don't die. Stop dying. Huh?
Listen, you lied to me. My leg is still broken.
What? What's broken?
My leg. It's not healing.
Here then. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Alright, if you farm this high-rise here, if you farm this area for just a little while, eventually you'll see you'll be full military like geared, you know, generally. But you won't find the absolute, you'll like rarely find the absolute top tier loot here. You'll find really good stuff, but not only rarely will you find like a grizzly or a Hell's Fury or some NVGs.
Probably going. Oh my god.
But this central city is built up so that you can, you can just stay in this city, and if you're good enough to take on all the zombies and shit and deal with shit, then you can get really geared just being in this city. If you go to all the areas of it, you'll be really geared after amount of hours of farming just this city. But the idea is that the central city, Ural, is meant to be really attractive for lots of people, both for noobs and for end game players, because you can get lots of ammo in these military outposts that are around the city. A lot of interesting, useful things that aren't that hard to get to. But once you start exploring and you move away from this city, you'll find the weather will start affecting you. There's only a couple of directions you can leave the city where the weather isn't going to start impacting pretty hard on you straight away, you know.
What am I looking at?
That's the Aurora Borealis. It's the Northern Lights. They appear in real life in the Ural Mountains occasionally in certain seasons. So I added it to the nighttime lighting. I like it. It's beautiful, man. And I mean, if they really see this in Ural Mountains, in the real life Ural Mountains, then fine. I thought it was okay to add it in the night time, you know. It gives it character. You should loot the whole building now. There's no mega here. There's often there's a mega here. Look at the building. Look, you see the ladder is broken in there. So of course you use. Look at these boxes here. You use these boxes. You look at the environment. You use it to your advantage. And you build up your ladder out of some sticks and some bits. And then you get up into the second floor, and then you can suddenly loot the main barracks.
I know how to get all the way up.
Come on, you know how to cut a tree down. You know how to make a sword. Listen, 4 metal scrap is 2 metal sheets, which is a saw.
Look! I'm already up here.
That's because you're pro then.
No, because I found a way to get up here.
Well, someone else built a ladder, or... Oh, because you went up on the... Someone built that. That's not part of the map. Someone built that. I like it. It's good. It's like an erection of hope, leading you to worthy loot. Huh? Yeah. You farm this area for a while, but be careful, because it can spawn some really hard megas in this area. There isn't any right now, but they can spawn, so the longer you stay here, the more chance they will.
I want to find some binoculars. Can look at all the cool...
Right, did you talk to the NPC? Did you see what he has to trade and what he buys? Did you see that he buys scrap metal?
Ooh, I didn't look at it.
You can sell scrap metal, you can salvage lots of things and sell the scrap metal to the governor, this guy, yep, for 10 XP per scrap metal. And then he sell you a load of things, and he also buy some other things as well if you want to bother to craft them. And then there's other NPCs as well, and they sell other things and buy other things.
To be honest, a lot of this is expensive.
Well, what do you think so far? Is it interesting, at least?
I mean, yeah, I like it, but you know, it's not like I know that I'm gonna like it, because I've only searched to like 5% of this whole game. I mean, the map, you know. I still got a lot of places to search. So.
Yeah, you need to explore, and this map is kind of built for longevity. It's kind of built so that you can play it for, like, you know, months and months, and keep finding new things and keep finding more, keep progressing further in the storyline, and the clues will send you to fancy places that you didn't know about, even though you thought you knew everything about the map. And you know, it's interesting. It's got a lot of longevity, like I said. Yeah.
I'll be right back. Canada.
Welcome back. Yeah, and the storyline is everything you see on the map is basically connected to the story in some part or another. You find a lot of clues. The more you explore, the more you'll find clues to what happened here.
No, look at those. This map is pretty big. I'm losing my FPS a little bit.
Why don't you have a backpack on? I put 2 backpacks down. Someone took the Alice pack, and someone took both of them. No names mentioned, Kitty. Anyway, the idea was that this was a test of resolve of your friendship. I put a shitty backpack and a really good backpack. And there are better ones on this map than what you have, Kitty, but... and so now I know. Now I know a little bit more about you guys.
I'm falling through the floor, help me!
It's network lag. Look at your ping, look.
It's 45! What are you talking about? Oh my god!
Come over here, look. Come over here.
Oh, there we go.
Jump and prone. Sometimes it's rubber banding. It's Nelson didn't code the game very well. So sometimes we get rubber banding on the terrain and stuff, and yeah, I know. Yeah, I have it too. Look,
it's happening everywhere.
Well. I have it too. Alright, never mind. Let's move on. It's just, look, we can complain at Nelson about it. Because it's his coding that made the game this, you know, susceptible.
Oh my god, it's happening everywhere. Hey, that zombie had earbuds in it. What music are you listening to?
Somebody's been through here. Is that you that opened all the cupboards in this place, Kitty? Or somebody's been through here. How many players are on?
I'm gonna die now.
It's only us. I mean...
Hey, there's a bus. And a lot of bandits.
Watch out, man.
I got this. like this.
What is your ping?
55.
That should be fine, man. It's bad coding, I'm sorry to say. Oh shit! Fucking bear! Kill it! Kill it! It was a fucking bear, man. Killed it. I killed it. It's over there. It's dead now. It's over there.
Fucking hell.
Might be some meat or some leather or something can use. Maybe.
Get the fuck out. Why the fuck is there a bear in the city?
But they wandered in here after the apocalypse. Look at the shit growing on the vehicles and stuff. It's been a long time since the apocalypse. 20 years at least. There's grass growing on the buses and shit. I mean, if you have your graphics set up correctly. Put your grass density to ultra. Then you'll see all the fancy little details. What the fuck? Watch out, incoming.
One tap.
Alright. You want to loot the hospital. The hospital this is one of the only 2 hospitals, like big ones. There are some small ones as well, but this is one of the only big ones on the map. You should loot this place.
It looks cool, but it's lagging my game. I keep my grass on for better FPS. I guess I can break that.
Alright, I need to eat some food, so I'm AFK for about 10-15 minutes. Have fun, guys.
Yep. I have an idea. Let's get a zombie and oh, okay, he's gone. It's on me. Front flip. I found the best sword out of all of them. I got a sea gun. Fuck. We need to get to the God damn it. We need to chop down the tree. And I broke my leg. Boom. Get in, quickly. Okay. The gun. Oh. Okay. Let's get out of here. A lot of zombies over there. And I broke my leg again! Fuck! Don't shoot! What? Oh god! I can't run! Oh god, there's a mega zombie! Absolute! And I'm...
Nah.